I love technology. Hello and welcome. So, you want to know the stats. Have you voted yet? If you haven't voted yet, with what we thought we'd do, so I'm doing all the things on my own today. So we're going to bring up some little things there for you to see. The old stats for all the areas, the constituencies. I have problems saying that. Never mind. So what we got for the election 2019. Spent all night last night, early this morning, trying to get you some information. If you're indecisive on who you want to vote for, maybe the stats might push you. Or even if you can't be not bothered, but it is dark, it is raining, it is cold. So let's try and make you get off at that seat and go and vote. Chatted to a lot, 4 or 5 candidates yesterday. I'd like to thank you to Andrew Bell, Stephen Fulton, Alexa Collins and Greg Smith for giving us their time. Did receive a load of emails saying, oh sorry, too busy. Not really good enough. I think you're camera shy, to be honest. If you don't want to be on really while you're standing in front, still might not exactly be, you might be just trying to concentrate on your campaign. Either way. So anyway, I've been looking at the stats. I thought I might give you that sort of push to get yourself into those voting booths. Remember, it's quite easy to vote. All you've got to do is take your polling card down. I'll tick you off the list. They'll give you a piece of paper. You get to put an X on it. Make sure you keep it in the box. Make sure you don't spoil that. Otherwise, you spoil it, and then they have to get rid of it. It doesn't count as a vote. Then you put it in the black box. And you walk out. Go to the pub. Pub could do with the industry. Could do with go for a drink. And then obviously, all this is, just about getting you down there. It's a democratic idea. Of people lost their lives to give you the ability to vote. So why waste it? So get off that chair. Get down to vote. So let's start off with the Aylesbury area. So 4 candidates. In 2017, David Linton of the Conservative Party got 55%. Mark Bateman from Labour got 30%. That's a 25% lead the Conservatives have. They can see David Linton has stepped down though. And now Rob Butler has taken over Conservatives in this area. So Liz Hind and Rob Butler have a bit of a battle there. The Remain vote, so the EU referendum, was Leave was 51.79, Remain was 48.21. So to me, I think it's more still going to stay the Conservative seat. So if you don't want it to stay there, or your Labour supporters or Lib Dem or whatever, get there. I think it's a 2-horse race. You've got obviously Conservatives who want to leave and the Labour who want to obviously remain. Even though if you vote Labour, it doesn't necessarily mean we don't leave because EU referendum. So that's Aylesbury. We then move on to Beaconsfield. Now I did run out of ink. Here. Interesting. I say ink because I couldn't print out exactly what was going on. So let me just bring up and take away these wonderful little things I put up there for you to make it all lively. There's the stats for Aylesbury. So have a look at those. I mean, I'll leave them on there for a little bit. So I did mention that. I was too busy talking. Just quickly, just go back over. Remain was 48.21% and Leave was 51.79. 2017, Conservatives had 55% of the vote, where Labour had 30% of the vote. Again, I did send out an email to all of them saying, if you're interested, we're live broadcasting, tell us how you're getting on. None of them replied. I did chase a few, trying to get them to come on. Unfortunately, they didn't. I'm not happy doing all this work for nothing, trying to raise awareness of the election and how big it really is, especially with this EU referendum as well. It's one of those things that you need to get out there and vote. And Aylesbury candidates, bow on you. I will be speaking to you later because we will be live broadcasting the results. We will be down there looking at exactly what they're doing down at the Broadway Gateway. The Gateway. Getting tongue twisted like John Berkey yesterday. Quite amazing. Speaker of the House, couldn't remember. Andrew Bell didn't help me out. I was left on my own. Very busy, trying to do a lot of things all at once. So anyway, I'll have a word with them later on tonight. See if I can get them, to have a few words. We will broadcast 4G. Seems like good down there. Very, very, very much. You've been very helpful. They spent a good couple of hours trying to work out where I can be, where I can set up, how we can do the result, where I can be for it. They've been amazing and at short notice as well. So I thank you for the opportunity and for allowing everybody to see the process and what happens. So please do keep us, like us, follow. Probably won't be able to do the YouTube updates. We'll do them tomorrow or the next couple of days, but we will be doing it all on Facebook. So let's move on to Beaconsfield. Now Beaconsfield is quite interesting. So you had time to look at those figures for Aylesbury. So Beaconsfield, interesting. So Dominic Grieve has left the Conservative Party. He's independent. Joy is now leading the Conservative Party in that area. You've got Alexa Collins, who, wonderful, thank you for coming on yesterday. Much appreciated. She was out and about. Lost 4G. So remember, mobile networks, that was another word I was trying to find yesterday. They sell you got 4G, but actually you don't. It's really probably even just E on that you see on your phone, or even less than 3G, that is. And for us, for broadcasting, we spend a lot of money trying to obviously have data so that we can do this and out and about in places. How they can go with 5G, I don't know. But anyway, Alexa had that problem. She found a nice little spot that did seem to have 4G and was able to continue the interview. Please watch the interviews. The four candidates that's Andrew Bell, Stephen Fulton, Alexa Collins and Greg Smith, they spent the time. They use this new medium, this new platform, this freebie for pushing the word out. They use it. So do go back, look at them, see what they're standing for. But what's interesting here, going back to the Beaconsfield, the vote, for EU referendum, it was 49.01% who said they want to leave and 50.99% who wanted to remain. So the remain there is pushing more for the Labour, because really that's what Labour want to do. They want to remain in Europe and Conservatives want to leave. So will that change things? I don't know. Really don't know. But what's interesting is Dominic, who has a good support by Hugh Grant. Nice if Hugh, if you can come out, not come out, but maybe give us a bit of time of day and we'll do a little interview with you. But Dominic, he's left, so that's going to split the Conservative vote. So is that going to allow Labour to creep in? I mean, the difference was 40% in 2017 from Labour to Conservative. So quite interesting there. So let's now move on to Buckingham. Anyway, I'm doing this all myself. So Buckingham's an interesting as well. I've done it in black and white for this one because we don't really have much information. Now the Democratic Dashboard, I'd like to thank you.com, by the way, democraticdashboard.com, for using your information. Thank you very much. We've got 6 candidates all going there. We spoke to Greg Smith yesterday and Andrew Bell. So thank you again, gentlemen, for giving us your time of day. David Morgan, don't know why you didn't contact us either, or Stephen Dorrell, Ned Stevens, English Democrat Antonio Daniel. We didn't have your email address. If your email address was available on Democratic Dashboard, we sent you an email. So anyway, what's interesting here, don't really know how it's going to go. What's interesting, we got the EU referendum was leave was 48.87% and remain was 51.13%. So really looking back to 2010, John Berkey had 47.5% of the vote, but other than that, don't really know. So if you're whoever you support, if you're sat at home, I think Buckingham is literally, they don't know what's going to happen there, because the voters haven't had much time. They've not voted for a fair few years. So because of that, it could see a massive trend. Now, I am broadcasting from my home location, and my daughter's walked in, probably with her friends. That'd be quite interesting, especially if they come in. Might even get them to say something, even though they might run out the door. So anyway, Buckingham, open. If you're going to go out and vote, vote. You really do need to get off your seat. There's still 4 hours and 20 minutes to go, or 19 minutes now. So get out there and do that. So now let's move on to Chesham and Amersham. I'll just bring those details up. So Chesham and Amersham. We've got 4 candidates here. Interestingly, Conservatives had in 2017 had 60.7% of the vote, with Labour having 20.69%, Lib Dems with 13%, and Green Party with 3.2% of the vote. Now, E referendum was 44.98% to leave percent, and to remain was 55.02. So our loyalty is going to be tested here for the Conservative Party. They've got a massive majority, and if you're of the Remain but you're a Conservative, will you change your loyalties and vote for like Labour or Lib Dem or any of the other parties because you don't want the Conservatives to get in, or maybe you just want to make sure we remain within the EU, or the ability for another referendum? So that's that. So Chesham and Amersham, I think it's still quite an open one. It really is. Let's move on to Wickham. Hope you're enjoying all this information. Again, make your own decisions. I'm literally just talking so you know you can actually understand a little bit. But I put it on there. You know, stop the afterwards. You can stop the feed, watch the video, and look at the data. I mean, it's all on democraticdashboard.com. Very useful information on there. So we come to Wickham. Let's have a look at them. Now, I know what you're thinking. What happened to Milton Keynes? I'll come back to them in a minute. Milton Keynes is north and south. Very, very interesting. So Conservatives had 50% in 2017 of the vote, and 37.7% of the vote was for Labour. EU referendum was 48.46% for Leave, and for Remain was 51.54%. So again, Conservatives do have the lead there, and they have done over the last 3 elections. So I think it's pretty safe in one respect, but only 13%'s in it. Now, in the last 2017 election, Labour went up 15.2%, where all the other parties, and all parties except Labour, lost votes. So is there a trend there? I mean, the trend, looking at these figures, is 2015, from the 2010 election, they went up 5.2%, this is Labour, and they went up to 15.2%. So they gained another 15.2% from the 2015 to the 2017 election. That's quite a trend there. So whoever you're voting for, but I think the main thing is, you know, as it seems to be getting broken down, Conservatives again are for Leave, and Labour are for Remain, or a second referendum in one respect. So if you haven't voted again, I think you really need to get out there. Now, there's other parties involved, the Green Party, Peter Sims, you've got Ed Gemmell, known him very well, worked with on No Disposable Cup, trying to raise awareness. He's done very well. I think he's going to have a bit of a political career there. A lot of the parties I was speaking to at the hustings that we did at the Hazelmere Golf Club were like what he had to say, like the way he delivered himself, very animated as well. And you know, good luck to all candidates on there. Tony Brodell and VJ Saru. So Tony is of the Liberal Democrats, VJ is with the UK Independence Party. They're the people you can favour. And not forgetting, sorry, Julie Russell, my thumb was in the way there, from the Wickham Independents. If you haven't seen it yet, do have a look at the hustings that we live streamed. We couldn't do the Wickham one. We were told we weren't allowed to. It was too short notice. Sorry, Bucks University, which is at the Wickham site. So he was able to do the one at the golf club. Do have a look. Catch on what they all got to say. Very interesting. Got a bit heated in places as well. Right, let's move on to Milton Keynes North. Right. Just change it on here. Milton Keynes North. Now, if you're watching this, please do like us, follow us. Oh, dropped it. If you're there, if you're in Milton Keynes, if you're not thinking of voting, you really do need to get off your bum and get down the polling stations. It's easy to vote. I've told you this before. If you've got your polling card, even easier, go down there, show them a card, they give you a piece of paper, put your cross in the box, put it in the black, fold up your piece of paper, put it in the black box for your vote to count. Make sure you don't spoil it. If you haven't got your polling card, you lost it, dog's eating it, whatever, kids run off of it, you can take some kind of ID with you and they'll be able to sort you out. Right, Milton Keynes North. Looking at those stats on there, wow, 3% in it basically. I'm not going to go into the points. So well, actually, maybe I will. So in 2017, Conservatives got 47.5% of the vote, Labour got 44.4%, and Liberal Democrats got 3.9%, UKIP 2.9%, Green Party 1.7%. Lib Dems, UKIP, Green Party lost votes. Labour gained 14.1% in that area, and Conservatives gained 0.3%. Now, you might be thinking, oh, what about the EU referendum? Well, it actually was kind of split in the middle. 49.6% wanted to leave, and 50.33% wanted to remain. So this is an open race. There's a trend you can see with Labour over the last 3 elections. I mean, in the 2010 election from the previous one, they were down 11.1%, but still in second place. From the 2010 to 2015, they gained 3.5%, but in 2015 to 2017, they gained 14.1%. So whether you vote Conservative, Labour, or maybe if you're voting for the other parties and you're thinking, do you know what, this is too close to call, I either want to remain or I want to leave, then you need to, if you want to leave, you want to vote Conservative. If you want to remain, you want to vote Labour. 3% is in it. There's only 4 people going up for the candidacy. Just looking, and this is another interesting thing. I do believe voters think of the candidate. The candidate can be something. Conservatives have changed to Ben Everett. So a massive, I don't know what happened to Mark Lancaster. I should have looked that up. I do apologise. Ben Everett is new, where Charlene's not, of the Labour Party. I mean, she was there for 2017. She wasn't there for 2015, but there for 2017. She's there for this election. Could Conservatives lose this seat? Which then brings us into the realms of hung parliaments when we start to think about these losing of the seats. And, if the Conservatives lose certain amounts of seats and Labour gains but doesn't get so far up, you can have a hung parliament, and that opens up a whole new box of tricks. So if you're in Milton Keynes North, please do get out there and vote. Milton Keynes South, and again thank you to Stephen Fulton for obviously being interviewed yesterday and giving us his time today. Again, another 3% in it. Let me change it on here. There you go, there's your stats for Milton Keynes South. Do check these figures out. Labour, again, really only started gaining seats again back in 2017, when they jumped 12, 15 to 2017. They gained 12.7% of the votes. That puts them within basically 2.5%, 2.6% of catching the Conservatives. So, gets interesting again. So they're on the increase, Labour is, but remain and leave the EU referendum. So the amount of people who voted to leave was 53.08%, and to remain was 46.92%. So again, remember, this election isn't just based on what they're going to offer, it's also based on a Conservative who wants to remain. So are you going to change your allegiance? Or you might be a Labour supporter who wants to leave. So are you going to change? And this is why it's all open. Now 3%, 2.5%, 3% means nothing. So you need to get out there and vote. Can't say it enough. If you wear your poppy, these people, and they still do, all our services, they go out there, they put their lives on the line so we keep democratic. We're able to have this ability to vote. And if you want to sit there because you can't make up to vote for, make a decision. Literally, you've got to put an X in the box. That's all you have to do. Get up. I know it's cold, I know it's wet, I know it's windy, and it's dark. But you had a chance all day. The booths are open till 10 o'clock. So we've still got just another 4 hours to get your vote in. Please leave comments. Please like and share and follow us, and go onto YouTube and subscribe. We will be putting stuff on there, especially going on into 2020. We will be live broadcasting the count for Aylesbury and Buckingham, because all in the same location. They've been, again, ABDC have been so amazing and helpful in allowing us to do this at short notice as well. So keep you posted. Do comment. I'd like to see lots of comments, especially if it's directed at any of the candidates. I have told them, you know, please check, obviously on Facebook, check the comments, see if you can reply. There's been a few comments on the YouTube channel and also on the Facebook channel. We don't really tend to get involved because of one simple reason: we're trying to stay really independent. So if you can, please like, please share, and please follow.